No be small political religious war where they go on for inside Nigeria as Prophet Odumeje don't call out Bishop Pastor Adeboye. Say this one why they do like this. Why person go be good person they mean things they happen badly for inside government or inside the country, making no talk. And people don't they talk say waiting consign them for this one now. Why you go put mouth? Now in-law versus in-law relationship, why Odumeje they put mouth inside? But that's not so all because for inside this conversation, we'll look at what it be say Festus Keyamo talk concerning Peter Obi and the footage will be say release concerning Peter Obi car and they use clamp down the car for inside airport based on that interview with Peter Obi make we be say talk about if other people do things he won't do and he do it will be problem. We will look at that and the reaction we don't follow for that conversation. That one said day will be so good talk about. But one of the most important conversations today, and I say 501 European Union Parliament or parliamentarians done or lawmakers don't warn the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu strongly against Christian genocide for Nigeria. Why this one they come at this time? Especially now where we say they don't finally affirm the Muslim ticket for a second time. What's it saying? Mean well, all of these and more issues now we're going to talk about after the break. When they come back, welcome. All right, so welcome to the show. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Updates. It's precious, another beautiful day to bring on an update of all the things that they share for inside our country, Nigeria. So let's get quickly into the conversation. By the way, now so the first they do with the first worker enter inside dailies, go bring on to read them waiting for our dailies today. Look at the look as the things and they happen for inside our newspapers them every day. So let's get started with the conversation. Our first stop, the story we get to do with European Union as 501 European lawmakers done one Nigerian government over attacks on Christians. And now one of Nigerians' dailies now carry this story today. Now let's look at it a little bit. Now, the European Parliament has asked the Nigerian government to take decisive action against insecurity in the country, especially in the Middle Belt region. This came amid growing concerns and over attacks on Christian communities in the region. Now, no fewer than 501 lawmakers voted in support of a resolution condemning the killings, urging Nigerian authorities to improve security measures, protect vulnerable communities, and ensure that perpetrators or the perpetrators of this violence are brought to justice. I think I had told you this earlier in the week when Ibise, I tell you, waiting Ibise, most of this parliamentarians, and as it were, talk. Most of them spoke strongly against the Christian genocide. I'm going to tell you more of that. Let me see if I can get you footages of what they said so that I can, show you exactly what it was the conversation is about so you can see for yourself. Let's see if I can get that very, very, very quickly. Okay. All right. So I will get that. But going on, while I try to get that ready, let me go straight further to what was said in that conversation. So about 501 lawmakers voted in support of that. Now, the lawmakers passed a resolution with overwhelming support, with only one lawmaker voting against it, while 86 abstained. In case you don't understand, 501 voted against what they say Nigerian government is doing. 86 say they don't want to put their hand inside the day in between, while one vote against. Now, they expressed worry over the worsening security situation in parts of Nigeria, particularly in Plateau State, where several communities have been under repeated attacks in recent months. They pointed at the June 22 attack on Kawel village in Bokos local government area of Plateau State, where over 20 Christians, including a pastor, were reportedly killed during a night raid by armed assailants known as Fulani militia. According to the lawmakers, Nigerian authorities must intensify efforts against terrorist groups operating across the country, including Boko Haram and Islamic State West African Province ISWAP and Fulani militia they mentioned. The parliament equally demanded independent investigation into violent attacks and stressed the need to end what they described as a culture of impunity. Why would they be talking about culture of impunity in Nigeria in the first place? That's a question where people they ask. Why mention culture of impunity? Waiting be the meaning of culture of impunity. Waiting bring about the conversation around the culture of impunity. That's now waiting people they ask and talk about. And then a lot of people don't ask quite a couple of questions concerning what in the European Union they do. This one where European Union come to do now, will it make any difference? It change anything? Will it stop what's going on from going on? Will it help the plight of Christians across the Middle Belt in any way? Those for inside Benue, Plateau, and the rest of these Middle Belt areas where BC don't they face increased attacks. It will help their plight in any way. Well, these are questions where BC a lot of people they ask. Why people they ask the questions, others they talk say it is better the world speaks now than remain silent the way that they have been. Others they even wonder, say, why it be say this kind of atrocities they happen for Nigeria over the years, and we see, say, Nigerian government need to talk about them. People need to talk about them. People just be quiet. Not Nigerian government particularly. People are saying that why the world they silent over the killing of human beings like this. That now waiting some people they ask. While others they talk, say, apart from the world being silent, should we not have international communities rally around Nigerians and ensure that they fight to stop what is going on in Nigeria? Why they like say human beings they die, people are slaughtered, like practically slaughtered. No day against any form of human rights. See, human beings they slaughtered, and people keep quiet over the slaughter of human beings. People are not saying anything. Well, that's a question where basically a lot of people they ask. But going further to that conversation, the parliament equally demanded independent investigation. As I said, it called on the federal government to strengthen civilian protection mechanisms, improve early warning systems, and invest in conflict prevention efforts across affected regions. Slovak lawmaker Miriam Laxman described the killing in Kawel community of Plateau State as another tragic example of violence affecting Christian populations in parts of the country. The horrific attacks in Kawel village where innocent Christians, including their pastor, were brutally killed is yet another tragic reminder of escalating violence against Christians in communities in Nigeria. Sadly, this is not an isolated incident. Nigeria has become one of the most dangerous places in the world to be a Christian, they said, as 501 of these parliamentarians voted against what they say is going on in Nigeria. Let's listen to them briefly.
Thank you, Chair, Commissioner, dear colleagues. The horrific attacks in Kawel village, where innocent Christians, including their pastor, were brutally killed, is yet another tragic reminder of the escalating violence against Christians communities in Nigeria. Sadly, this is not an isolated incident. Nigeria has become one of the most dangerous places in the world to be a Christian. Across the country, Christian communities face repeated attacks by Faluni militants, Boko Haram, and other organized groups. Violence is part of a broader and deeply worrying pattern of persecution. EU must therefore strongly condemn these attacks and press on the Nigerian government to step up its fight against the armed militant groups responsible for this violence. I call on the Commission to give an urgent attention to the worrying situation of Christians in Nigeria and all persecuted religious communities in Nigeria. We had a very fruitful discussion this morning with the newly appointed EU Special Envoy on Religious Freedom, Mairead McGuinness, and I look forward to working with her to help Christian and other religious groups to facing persecution. Thank you very much.
Right, that's what she had to say as I read in the news earlier, but let me quickly play you what other colleagues said.
We must start talking about one thing: Christianophobia. I know it is not as trending as defending Islam in this chamber, but for once, could we pay attention to what is happening to Christians in Nigeria? In rural villages, believers have been attacked, displaced, and killed by armed extremist actors like Boko Haram and other jihadist militias. It is no coincidence that the persecution of Nigerian Christians is heavily concentrated in the country's northern regions. A region where several states have Muslim majorities and have adopted Sharia law. This House simply cannot look away. It must find its backbone and defend the Christian world globally and in Europe as well, because the Christian world is worth defending. Thank you.
Okay, so let's see what quite a couple of others said. While all of these people they talk against waiting they happen, one person actually spoke in favor of what's going on, not particularly in favor, but blamed something else for it.
Silenzio.
Silence. The world is silent. While in Nigeria, a massacre is taking place. Dozens of Christians massacred every week to general indifference. Only in 2025, there were over 3,000 Christians killed by Islamists. These are not numbers. These are entire families that have been exterminated, villages razed to the ground, churches burned with the worshippers inside. It's a strategy to terrorize, grab their lands and uproot an entire community. This is no longer a humanitarian emergency. We're now looking at a genocide. Christians are today the religious group that is most persecuted around the world. We continue to look away or talk about a non-existent Islamophobia. Europe is not pursuing this, but we cannot wait any longer. Every day of silence is complicit with those who are killing Christians. Thank you.
All right, and then one member of the parliament, the one who voted against, also spoke about what she described as the climate change being the reason why some militia group go enter inside another person's village, go buy people then for their village.
Innocent people were massacred at a Kawal village, and our thoughts are with the families of the victims. The violence in Nigeria is driven by disputes over land and water, climate change, poverty, criminality, weak governance, persistent impunity, and deep-rooted religious, ethnic, and intercommunal tensions. Together, these pressures have fueled a brutal cycle of revenge, and breaking that cycle requires more than expressions of outrage. To the colleagues who rightly demand the protection of Christian communities in Nigeria, I ask to look at the actions of your global conservative allies. Last year, Trump dismantled USAID with enormous consequences in Nigeria. Hundreds of schools in conflict-affected areas were closed. 1/5 of the national healthcare budget was taken away. Imagine the consequences on maternal health and on the fight against HIV. Conservatives have defunded the very local networks, many of them Christian faith-based healthcare providers that offered a front line against poverty and radicalization. I call on the EU to be a committed partner in supporting humanitarian aid, conflict prevention, justice reform and climate resilience, and on the Nigerian authorities to protect all civilians, and on my colleagues to also make sure that right-wing populism doesn't cut away international aid. Thank you.
Thank you very
They
much.
heard that, blaming Donald Trump, the fact they stop US aid, and then climate change and other issues as a reason we make it say these attacks they happen. Well, that's it. And as I said earlier, 501 lawmakers for inside the European Union voted against voted against what they describe as the killing of Christians and tasked the Tinubu administration to do more in protecting Christians in Nigeria, while about 80-something of them abstain, 86 abstained from the vote, and just one voted, against what the others voted for. That's about it. Let's move on to other issues. So a lot of people, when they talk about, say, this one, we say this kind of thing, they happen at the time where we say President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don't go ahead to double down on the Muslim tickets, continuously ignoring Christians amid this kind of outcry about killing of Christians within a BCE mean. Again, what does it talk? Say, does it really make any difference? It mean anything? Will it change anything? Well, I do not know. Let's just move on to other issues very quickly. Moving on, or your school children, video of arrested terrorist emerges. Unfortunately, I can't play that video. So video of some terrorists arrested during the rescue operation of the Oyo school children and teachers by security operators have emerged. Now, of course, recall that they were weeks away on May 15, 2026. And of course, now today, NBC did they release them. Of course, they thanked President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They say, we're grateful our father, our president, and all of those issues. And then the security operatives don't show the videos of some of the people we say they arrest in that process. PDP Taraba Assistant Secretary resigned, joins APC after Kefo's appointment. Zamfara government confirms killing of over 300 terrorists in Gumi village. And then South African midfielder, I don't need that. How we rescued Oyo school children teachers, Nigerian military open source. Let me take that very briefly since I can't play you those videos. The Nigerian Defense Headquarters has explained how the kidnapped students and teachers from schools in Oriri local government area of Oyo State were rescued. So in a statement issued by Lieutenant Colonel June Danjuma, Acting Deputy Director of 2 Division Army Public Relations, indicated that the rescues were the result of intelligence-driven, meticulously planned and executed operations. Now, the statement detailed that on July 10, 2026, troops from the Nigerian Army under the command of Major General C.R. Nebeife, General Officer Commanding 2 Division, Nigerian Army, Ibadan, collaborated with specialized units from the Office of the National Security Advisor, NSA, particularly the National Counterterrorism Center, NCTC, at the Defense Headquarters and the Special Forces from the Nigerian Army, Navy, Air Force, all of these people, as well as the Nigerian Police, the Department of State Services, DSS, the National Intelligence Agency, NIA, the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, and other security agencies, including local vigilantes, hunters, and Amotekun. All these people now join together. Now, if you remember, some people be the talk earlier say, oh, Igboho get hand for waiting join. Say Igboho troop also help rescue them. Perhaps now waiting be say the troop they try explain like this. So because they mentioned all of these people, and they said a total of 44 pupils, teachers who were abducted by terrorists from Oriri local government area in Oyo State on May 15, 2026 were successfully rescued on yesterday, Friday. Now, the army reported that the operations, which spanned over a month, that is for more than 1 month, now they don't conduct the operation, right? Concentrated on identifying the terrorist kingpins responsible for the kidnappings, dismantling their networks and logistics connections, including via informants and hideouts situated within the old Oyo National Park forest in Oyo State. That place we don't know the attack scenes. It was noted that as part of these questions, numerous arrests were made within Oyo State and in various other locations across the country, which significantly disrupted the group. So because they arrest a lot of their people, they think scatter their info and their intel. They applied immense pressure on them and ultimately compelled the terrorist organization to release the pupils and teachers unconditionally. Additional operations are planned to follow. Now, it's important, what they said, to emphasize that the operations were meticulously planned and executed to minimize collateral damage and to ensure the safe rescue of innocent children and teachers. However, there were some casualties among security forces. Oh, they say some of the security forces died, the statement included. The pupils and teachers are currently receiving medical attention in an undisclosed hospital and will be handed over to the Oyo State government in due course, they stated. Earlier today, we also hear some drama happen whether they say they tried to stop Seyi Makinde from seeing the government of Oyo State, from seeing the victims or not seeing the victims. I can't ascertain that, but we heard that happened. Good one, good news. But then again, I beg no vex, so we don't rescue the Oyo one. Just about the same time where the Oyo incident happened, that of Borno State also happened. Should we forget those in Borno State? The same way we conduct this operation to make sure so we release these people, let's also try and release the ones in Borno State, please. They are also children like these other ones. This is an appeal that we're making. And of course, I had said this yesterday that there is need to properly rehabilitate these children. Properly rehabilitate them, spend money, make deliberate effort to rehabilitate them. It is very, very important because you know, if you just leave them like that after all of this thing, maybe say don't happen, and leave them like, hey, it would be very sad to leave them after this incident where it don't happen. And I'm getting back to this conversation because of what the governor of the state said. But before we get that to that point, let's move further. I'm sure we get to come across this news again. Now, moving on to more stories. PDP Taraba, I think I told you this already. Direct insult to Christians. VATSA knocks Tinubu's Muslim ticket for 2027. I was thinking that Christians will be keeping quiet, or even those in politics. So, but I like the fact that they're already talking. So, a chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Niger State, Jonathan VATSA, has criticized the reported decision to retain the Vice President Kashim Shettima as President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's running mate in 2027 presidential election, warning that Christians will not support another Muslim ticket. Vata described the move as a direct insult to the Christian community, saying it was politically insensitive and could cost a ruling party Christian votes. In a statement issued in Minna today, Saturday, the former Niger State Commissioner for Information, Culture and Tourism said the circumstances that justify the same faith ticket in 2023 no longer existed. So why are you doing it? He said, I think this is grievous mistake by the APC. It is highly insensitive, he said. According to him, those behind the decision did not mean well for the president or the party. And then he further said, with the current situation in the country and the concerns over the safety of Christians, nobody expected the president to repeat this same arrangement, Vatsa said. He argued that the APC would struggle to convince Christians to support its tickets in 2027, especially if other political parties field Christian candidates. What do you expect us to tell the Christian community? To vote another Muslim ticket as they are killing their fellow Christians. Vata, who recently urged Niger State Governor Umar Mohamed Bago to pick a Christian running mate for the 2027 governorship election, said Christians already feel insecure and would be more comfortable with a Christian vice presidential candidate. He warned that repeating the Muslim ticket would have grievous consequences for the APC electoral chances. The APC stalwart, however, clarified that his position was not against Vice President Shettima or the Muslim community. He said, I have nothing against the Vice President or the Muslim community. I am speaking for equity, justice, and fairness in the political arrangement of this country. This anger will make any sense? Because I've just been wondering why people are quiet about this. I don't know why people have been quiet about this and nobody wants to say anything. It can't be like, say, if you talk, then go beat you or destroy you if you talk. Why should people keep quiet over what is going on in this country? Why should people keep quiet? Why should one, tribe or ethnicity, religion be treated like they are better than the other? That's a question everybody ask. All of us, not all of us get the country together. Why others can be like saying that they're important past the rest of us? That's not a question we BC people they ask. Why does it appear that we prioritize a particular sect of the country to another? That's not a question we people they ask. So with this new annoyance now by Oga Vatsa, how on a takes him, does it make any difference? And then the Christian community never they talk, or they are just quiet and silent. I never see anybody talk yet for Christian community. Oga Adeboye, is this okay? Is it because it's your in-law? Oyedepo, is this okay? You've been talking, by the way, so I'm looking forward to you speaking for that. So I have to make an exception. Oga Kumuyi, is this okay? Is this okay? Should it happen? Are Nigerians not part of Nigeria? So are Christians in Nigeria not part of Nigeria? Should this happen? Well, let's move on. 2027 Labour Party unveils Hajia Kunto as vice presidential candidate. Court reserves judgment in suit challenging Pantami's Gombe PDP governorship candidacy. Low turnouts, late arrival of electoral officers' materials, Ma Edu LG polls. What do you expect? And then let's see. Oyo school children. Okay, I think I told you Zamfara government confirms killing of over 300 terrorists. Why rescued Oyo school children not yet reunited with their families? Makinde said, and he explained why. Let's quickly take a listen to him and the reasons he gave.
Oyo State Governor Engineer Seyi Makinde is addressing the press over the rescue of kidnapped teachers and pupils in Orire local government area of the state. The survivors and friends in Ibadan. Stay with us.
Frail, they have to do quite a bit of medical intervention, post-traumatic issues, to be addressed. But we have the team ready to do that.
How soon are they going to be reunited with their families?
With the plan right now, we'll watch them over the next 48 hours. So by Monday, we think an assessment will be done, and maybe there will be a formal transfer from the military to the state, and then we can manage the process from that point forward. But also today, we are putting logistics together to at least bring the family members to come and see them. There's a small girl in there that basically she has been asking, where's my mom? Where's my mom? So at least we want the mom to be able to come and then see her.
Is there another thing you think we need to know?
The what?
The final message.
Well, my final message is that, look, it's our country. All countries around the world, they do have challenges. So when we're challenged, it's not usually the best time for us to sow seeds of division. It's the best time for us to come together, and confront our challenges. So that's really what, at this moment, I want to say to the people, officially brief Oyo State people and the nation.
All right, so you heard that. And initially, he visited the victims at the hospital, and we saw him around the hospital with the victims. And this is really very sad. But I like the fact that he said something about, taking care of them, first of all, before handing them over to their families. I do wish that the government should do something. I mean, while rehabilitating them, they should do that together with their family. Then their families should be involved in the rehabilitation process of these people. It's very important, especially because we're talking about young people here. We never see their parents for almost 2 months. Hey, young children, I beg, it will good make you be see their families stay close to them while when they rehabilitate them. Only comments in about security. I think I told you this yesterday. Casina target African model for enterprise development. Let's see more stories. Boko Haram uses AI to build bombs, report reveals. And this is a very troubling conversation. Troubling. So a new report has revealed how Boko Haram is increasingly turning to artificial intelligence tools to build explosive devices to terrorize Nigerian society. Now, according to a report published by New York Times yesterday, Friday, findings suggest that terrorists are using AI-powered chatbots to obtain information on military tactics, weapon maintenance, and explosives. Now, they said this has heightened concerns among security experts about the potential misuse of rapidly advancing technology by violent extremist groups. So the report cited a study conducted by Antonia Dwalik, a terrorism and technology researcher in the University of Cambridge. The study was based on interviews with former Boko Haram members and commanders carried out over the past year in Nigeria. So the reports disclosed that some insurgents said they relied on AI tools to solve practical problems encountered during attacks. According to the reports, but I thought AI was haram. So where is the Boko Haram now? Well, moving forward, according to reports, one former Boko Haram commander recounted how an operation against a military base was disrupted after fighters were unable to cross a defensive trench constructed around the facility. We used AI, according to them now, I said we used AI to learn how to do this. We give it information like what motorcycles we use and the distance we need to jump and so on. And it gave us steps on what we have to do, the former commander said. The report showed that AI tools were used for purposes beyond battlefield mobility. So when Ibisi people with the attackers, they use AI, I don't know what will they do and what we will go fit use too. Okay. All right, then moving on. NAP destroys terrorist enclave in Fresh Borno attacks. Troops, local hunters destroy Boko Haram hideouts after Maringa attack in Borno State. Niger police drag motorists to court as its two vehicles fall in tinted glass number and number plate crackdown. And in Ogun, shot one abducts two in Ogun State. His gunmen shot one, abducts two in Ogun State. Bandits end teacher's life after collecting 3 million ransom from his family. So they kill a teacher after collecting 3 million. Ado Risco, police arrest 80-year-old Benue chiefs over murder of Fulani leader. Okay, so let's go on to other issues very quickly. Read before you attack. Article blast presidency over Oyo rescue silence allegation. Okay, so let's see. Yes, the presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, ADC rather, Atiku Abubakar, has told the presidency to read before attacking, describing its claim that he remained silent following the rescue of the abducted school children and teachers in Oyo State as a reckless distortion of facts that collapses under the weight of documentary evidence or documented evidences. So, in a statement by his senior special assistant, public communication Frank Shaibu, today Saturday, Atiku said there are only two possible explanations for the presidency's latest outburst. It's astonishing that presidency with limitless public resources could accuse someone of silence without carrying out the most basic verification. Either they failed to read our statement because they were too lazy to do so, or they deliberately ignored it because it exposed, unfortunately, truths about their misplaced priorities, they said. They attack each other like that. So, overweighting the comment to Atiku made. Okay, now fund debunks fake on keep suspension notice. That is upkeep suspension notice. Yes, and let's see. Boko Haram uses AI. I told you this already. ADC to FG, stop measuring success to rescue by rescues, prevent kidnappings. When they look and say because they don't rescue, oh yeah, stop and make it not happen at all. That's what they said. So let's go on to more of what the reactions concerning this incident very quickly. Let's see what we have here. Okay. I did tell you yesterday about the young woman who dies under mysterious circumstances inside Omahe's house in Ebonyi State. Well, that's it. Then Peter Obi celebrates rescue of abducted Oyo school children, calls for stronger security to end school kidnappings. And then we people deserve better. Sadiq Maunde laments as Jigawa government gives residents one roofing sheet each as empowerment. You know, understand? One zinc, one zinc, not be one bundle, one zinc each. Now empowerment. At least if I'm not covering your money, just cover small section of a house. The other side rain feed the bitona. You don't understand. Peter Obi is APC's nightmare. At the same Sadiq Maunde laments Tinubu's APC's close monitoring of Peter Obi. That after, of course, Festus Keyamo released the footage, ABC released, that's over about 6 minutes footage of Peter Obi that he said was of Peter Obi in the airport. 2027, you are the best candidate for president. Jeffrey Gerterman tells Peter Obi, calls for electoral reform. So a United States-based retired mental health counselor, Jeffrey Gerterman, has described Peter Obi as the best candidate for Nigeria's presidency while urging him to prioritize electoral reform ahead of the 2027 general election. Which electoral reform they go reform again? Okay, you're not in Nigeria. Forget about that, it's done. Gerterman made the call in an open letter shared on his official X handle, formerly Twitter, where he argued that Nigeria's electoral system must be reformed or guarantee free, fair, and credible elections. It can never happen on that level right now, as it is now. So you are the best candidate, he said. And then according to him, electoral violence, corruption, and other systematic challenges remain major obstacles to credible elections in Nigeria, warning that opposition candidates, regardless of popularity, could struggle to secure victory without meaningful reforms. Now, Gerterman stressed that improving the integrity of the electoral process should be a key priority for Obi and his supporters as preparations for the 2027 presidential election, of course, goes on. The retired councillor, who is widely known as on social media, for his support for Obi and the obedient movement accompanied the open letter with a photograph of himself and the opposition leader, Peter Obi, together. Do you think any other thing can be done in reforming your election? It's not even possible. Now, how many terrorists were killed or captured? Daily Farotimi questions government account of Oyo school children's release. Ask who will be charged for the teacher's gruesome murder, the one they beheaded. Well, then Amnesty International wants AGF Fagbemi to stay clear NBA elections. If Peter Obi were in APC, this wouldn't be a topic. Kelvin and others knock Festus Keyamo over witch hunting of opposition. So let me quickly let you in on what Festus Keyamo did very quickly, so that we can yes, I'm trying to get that what Festus Keyamo wrote. Yes, so very quickly, here is what Festus Keyamo wrote. He released footages. Forgive me if I'm not able to play those footages right now because it's quite lengthy and I don't think it's necessary to go that far to play it. So it's absolutely not necessary. So yes, Festus Keyamo wrote this with, of course, footages of Peter with what happened. There's some CCTV footage of the airports. And then he wrote and said, first of all, he said, Peter Obi must apologize to airport staff and pay the fine for wrong parking. So as the Minister of Aviation, I felt a moral duty to investigate and authenticate the claim made by opposition candidate Mr. Peter Obi a few days ago that the tires of his car were unjustly clamped at the airport, suggesting a prosecution agenda against him by the federal government. Politics aside, every Nigerian is entitled to fair treatment under the law. So he said, I therefore instituted an internal inquiry over the issue. Luckily, although the entire Abuja airport is covered by CCTV cameras, real-time 247, CCTV footage or coverage, but apparently the fact was unknown to Mr. Peter Obi. How can he not know that Abuja airport is covered by CCTV? Okay, otherwise, perhaps he would have been more circumspect before rushing to the media to cry for prosecution. From the recordings, these are the facts he mentioned. 1. On Saturday, July 4, 2026, Peter Obi arrived at the domestic wings of the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, at exactly 20:28 p.m., driven by a policeman. He alighted with 2 other occupants and went into the terminal building. 2, the police driver then parked the vehicle, almost blocking the entrance, and came out himself and went into the terminal building too. The airport rule is that apart from the fact that it is a drop-off zone, a driver must remain behind the wheels of the vehicle for it to be tolerated for some time without that, within that zone. Still, the vehicle tires were not clamped. And that's a 3. The policeman came back to the vehicle at about 20:32 p.m. and collected something from the vehicle and went back into the building again, leaving the vehicle unattended to. And then again, he said, number 4 point, at this point, the dutiful airport, very hardworking, dutiful guys, dutiful airport security staff came over and clamped the tires of the car. In doing this, contrary to the claims by Peter Obi, nobody was inside the car and so nobody knew whether it was his car. Not that it would matter anyway, he said. Now, 5, he said, when the policeman returned again and discovered the tires were clamped, he was directly at an office, and upon getting there, he called Mr. Peter Obi on his phone and gave the phone to the manager. Mr. Peter Obi then introduced himself and spoke with the manager, peddled his influence and requested, did you hear it? Peddled his influence and requested for the release of the vehicle. His vehicle was then released without him paying the necessary fine. It is important to note that at the time the vehicle was parked unattended to in that prohibited zone was about 30 minutes which constitutes a security risk at an airport by global best practices. And he says, what has emerged from this is clear. Is a clear case of an opposition candidate trying to whip up unnecessary sentiment for a wrong he committed with his driver. The excuse which Mr. Peter Obi gave that there were other offenders too, or on that day, which is completely false, cannot be an excuse for an individual aspiring to be president of Nigeria. He must also he must not live above the board. And he said this is a matter that was not even mentioned at all by the airport authorities and had been put to rest already. But ever determined to milk any situation to score cheap political points, Peter Obi decided to go on air to render a false narrative. Therefore, he must also face the consequences of his actions. I have attached the CCTV footage in this statement for the public to clearly see what transpired. In the circumstances consistent with the principle of equality before the law, as aviation minister, I have the following demands of Peter Obi. On Peter Obi, he said, 1, that he tenders unreserved public apology to those hardworking, ordinary Nigerian workers at the airport, just doing their dutiful job or jobs dutifully, and whom he sought to blackmail as his prosecutors. 2, that Mr. Peter Obi voluntarily goes back to the airport and pay the airport fine of 25,000 naira for wrongful parking at the airport, for which he used influence peddling to bully his way out on that day. He cannot be bigger than the law. And 3, if these demands are not met within 1 week, I will be giving the necessary directive to the federal authority, that is FAN, to take the next steps against him, he said. And there's been quite a lot of reaction under that post. And some people said, I spent time watching the video. I have this question to ask. Keyamo, how much more devilish can you people be? You lied and made your narration look like Peter Obi was guilty. Meanwhile, the opposite was the case. He said, the person outlined plenty of things. Make I just read them to you. He said, the driver did not park the vehicles close to the entrance. As a matter of fact, 2 vehicles were even parked before him. Say 2, the man that came to clamp the tire was standing at a distance, looking for the perfect time to come and clamp the tire. He was watching while the driver was parking. If you people can't or don't have an evil agenda, the man should have directed him not to park there if that space was even a wrong place to park in the first place. And then he said 3, you said Mr. Peter Obi claimed that there were other offenders. He did not say that there were other offenders. What he said was that if he parked in a wrong place, at least there were other cars parked there. But why is it only his own car that was clamped? And then 4, he said, this should raise a serious concern. I noticed you purposely cut off the video the moment the man came to clamp the tires to suit your narrative. The video didn't show the man leaving. The question is, why didn't the man clamp down the tires of vehicles parked behind him? And then he further says, see, Keyamo, Erufai played loyalty game much more than you're doing now. And he is reaping the fruits of his labor presently. I don't need to talk too much. Half a word is, of course, enough for the wise, he said. He went on and on. He said, don't wait for Obi's apology. Go to courts and all of that. While other people reacted, a lot. And others are saying that the footage is not even in sync. It doesn't even show that it is Peter Obi's vehicle in the first place. And then there are people within Obi's team that have said that no, Obi does not have any police officer in his team who would have driven. So it's a lie. It is not Peter Obi. It may be the vehicle in question does not belong to Peter Obi. One of the reasons I cannot play that video, it is the obsolete way the video looks, because I don't understand why in a modern time, 2026, a whole Nigerian federal government, our airport waiting for inside the federal capital territory, go carry obsolete looking CCTV footages. Will look like what's in the be say you record before the war. I don't understand that. They are more updated. In fact, some CCTV cameras don't just shoot in HD these days. Some even you go get CCTV footages where they shoot on 2K and more. So why you go bring video where you say they pain eye? Wait, it's even hard for you to even comprehend anything in that video. People are they're better. I beg now the kind of CCTV. So with this particular CCTV video now, how one use recognize the faces of people who commit crime? When the video look the way it look, if you see, I mean, go look for that video, because don't ask me to post it. It doesn't make sense. You would barely understand anything from the footage you see on that video. And then you'll be questioning yourself if this is the best we can afford in Nigeria. For if Abuja Airport, the seat of power, go get this kind of CCTV footages, then waiting the rest of us. Go do that. Meanwhile, private businesses get better CCTV coverage than a whole international airports for inside Nigeria. So I don't understand why we have this. Well, there's been lots of comments about this. We'll get back to that, and I can also read the comments. And of course, I can't wait to also, have your thoughts and opinion on the conversation. So yes, that's about it on that. Okay, well, there's also a headline: drama as military hospital reportedly denies Oyo government delegation access to rescue Ururi school children, cites order from above. I told you this earlier. Peter Obi has no police officers, driver, team member. Adaugbo BLASTED Festus Keyamo says the vehicle captured on CCTV does not belong to Peter Obi. You see, we're just talking about it just now. So, a member of the team of Nigeria's leading opposition leader and the 2027 presidential candidate of the Nigeria Democratic Congress (NDC), Peter Obi, Adaugbo, has faulted the number of faulted the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, over the controversy surrounding the CCTV footages released in connection with the airport parking incident involving the former Anambra State governor. Obu made the remarks in a statement posted on X account, formerly known as Twitter, today. And he said that, say, no person like that accompany P2B. In fact, according to her, P2B does not have a police officer serving as his driver in Abuja, contrary to claims she said were suggested by the CCTV release by the aviation minister. So she said, as a member of the team that accompanied His Excellency P2B to the Abuja airport that same Saturday, July 4th, I can state categorically that he does not have a police officer as his driver in Abuja. She argued that if the airport CCTV footage captured a police officer entering the driver's seat of a vehicle, then the vehicle in question could not have belonged to Obi. Obi further stated that Obi travels through several airports across the country every week and alleged that he and members of his team have reportedly experienced hostile treatment from airport personnel at different locations. She also maintains that, based on Keyamo's own account, the incident Obi referenced during his interview with media with Chude was different from what was cited in the footages that the minister showed. According to Obu, the two incidents occurred at different times and locations, insisting that they should not be presented as the same event, she stated. That means Peter Obi, they talk about something different. Keyamo show a different interview, a different question, attack, or different thing entirely. While others, they of the opinion, say if truly this footage, not even a video of Peter Obi, let's assume that it's actually a video of Peter Obi's, what do you call it now, car in the first place, and then you had to go dig out that footage. Are you not compromising his security even the more? Because details of the vehicle will be seen the use now go in the open. And then while others are asking that, excuse me, if it be saying a wiki, for instance, oh, he's a serving minister, so let's forget about him. Yahaya Bello, where be say they accused of thieving money, where EFCC they accuse him of right now. If ordinary Yahaya Bello, as a former governor like Peter Obi, packs that way, If that happens, will you be also so quick in releasing footages of Yahaya Bello the way you've done to Peter Obi? That's the question people are asking. The way your airport staff, they treat Peter Obi, will they be also quick to treat Yahaya Bello the same way they have treated Peter Obi? That's not the question we be say people they ask. So why do the things that we do? As somebody who is a presidential candidate, is he not entitled to some level of security? Is he not entitled to that? Well, make I go quickly go show now. Please don't tell me to play back the video of Pastor Adeboye. Make I play him because Oga Odumeje don't respond to Pastor Adeboye based on all the things that we be saying talk for US about an in-law and not blaming an in-law for the attacks that we be say they happen for Nigeria and the killings for inside Nigeria. And then people don't they attack Odumeje, say, how dare you talk to a senior man of God like that? Whether you like it or not, he's your senior colleague in the industry. You do not have the right to speak to him in that kind of manner because he's a senior colleague in the industry. While others have said that, no, there's nothing like senior colleague. Elder way talk must collect. That's what they talk. But let me play you what Odumeje said. Take a listen.
No, you are right. And all of us must wake up. I don't want to talk to Adeboye. I don't want to talk to that man. You don't know what they call pastor? Go to the Bible. A pastor book a bad government. I'm a disappointment. Yeah. My age is like a failure. On money soon keta. We can need it. Ojuku de 31 years to know the right. Look at how many years in there. Government belongs to all of us in Nigeria. People are managing our resources and lavishing our resources, and we are praising them in our resources that we send them to manage for us. Governors and senators and president or any politicians, you can call them. They are there for your representative. They are not there for you to serve them. They are there to serve every citizen of Nigeria. And they owe you accountability for a job you have sent them to go and serve you as a governor, as a senator, as a president. We don't know our right in this country. That is why you saw people that we do ordinary main load, that many countries have already forgotten that they have do road for their country, and we are celebrating them. The road you do is not your money as a governor, it's not your money as a senator, it's not your money as a president, it's not your money, it's the money of all of us, the citizens of Nigeria. No, you are right, and all of us must wake up. That's why people are claiming what they are not. I have always said this. For us not forgetted that there have never been anything that government has done for this country. There is no development. There is no anything that is happening. I have said it all the time. To every Nigerian, we can never keep quiet. These are people that don't know what is called development of a country. The only thing they know is how to embezzle money. Share money. We are no more a boy. We are now fathers. I have always tell you this. Ojukwu is 31 years to know that these people call government of Nigeria is a deceived for the people of Igbo land. And this young man started in age of 31 years to fight for the right of many, everybody, a nation of Igbo land. What an intelligent man. I'm always appreciate this man. Ojukwu, the hero of our time. This is my forefather. What relate to that battle? Even there is a time when every Igbo people look at him. Why do you lead us to? He left Nigeria. All that makes Ojukwu to fight, to go for war. All of us are seeing it today. Anybody that is as a governor, senator, celebrating this government of Nigeria is people that are benefiting those governors and senators and presidents. They are the ones struggling for their party to win so that they will enrich themselves and their family. Their children are in overseas going for international school. But the citizens of Nigeria that own the resources, there is no good school for them. Their children are, I don't know what I will call this, their children, hippopotamus. And the same people. That's why Because this government is lie. That's why everything are turning upside down. I don't want to talk to Adeboye. I don't want to talk to that man. You don't know what they call pastor? Go to the Bible. A pastor book a bad government. They don't look to benefit from it. We are fathers in the Lord. That God make my voice to be in the world. It's not because of you. It is for me to tell people the truth, what is happening. Not for you. You don't know me anywhere. Anytime you want to fight for the truth, or you know the evil government of Nigeria, they will pursue you. That is the problem of Otubu, and that is the problem of Nnamdi Kanu. If they know that what these people are saying, why are they rejected them? Why there's so much battle in the northern side? Is because there's a lot of resources, mining, gold, that you yourself did not even know. That is why they are chasing many villages away. Those villages they are chasing away are villages that have resources. You know, Nigeria don't know what is going on. So the people that are doing business with this mining are now fighting. Fake country with fake leaders. Ojuku de 31 years. How many years in the Qatar? Ojuku de 31 years to know the right. Look at how many years in there. It's what I mean, disappointment. My age is like a failure. Hey, on one day soon, Keta, I pray for you. May God answer you in the name of Jesus.
All right. You don't see the things where we say talk. Now, for those who may be wondering why he had to mention Adeboye in some of his conversation, I can just show you some of the videos of what Adeboye talked in the past. Recently, right?
Before our president came in, everybody knew that the major reasons why we were having financial problems, we'll be having it all before he came in, is the fact that a lot of money was being spent to import petrol. Can we be importing petrol where we have this in abundance here? We spent billions of naira on our refineries. They didn't work. So we can be able to keep on importing. That's why when the president came in, the very first day he came, he said, this money they spend in importing petrol, he says he cancelled it. And we were all rejoicing.
God is good all the time. A sister here told us a story about some children who are living in a place where it was always winter. And they kept on saying, who was it that was moving? Aslan. Okay. That story is prophetic because God is moving in Nigeria. Amen. Because of what was going on when the pain became almost unbearable. And some people were accusing me of being quiet at a time when I should be talking. I was compelled to cry unto God because we have been fasting, we have been praying for a particular group of school children that were captured, and the kidnappers felt that the government was not reacting fast. The teacher showed the video to the rest
All
of
right,
the
so
world.
just to save your time, here he was talking about how these same Oyo School children will be released. He said that God showed him that they will be released in a very dramatic way. That it will be very dramatic. That's what he said here. But here is
As for
exactly
the
why.
release of the children, is going to be dramatic. He didn't tell me the time or the details. And then he told me that aspect, should leave it in the side. That he would talk to me a bit about what will happen after this particular incident. And in some of the things he said, he mentioned what's going to happen to those who have been sponsoring terrorism and kidnapping in Nigeria. And he spoke about several other things. I didn't have any idea of what's going to happen here. I just know that my son, the father of the father of that young man who's been the organizer, told me about this meeting. He knew I would be in America for the American Convention of Art.
And just to add to that, remember he did say at that time that he's not in support of those who are criticizing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that the bulk does not stop on his table, that as a president, he's giving orders, and it is now the responsibility of those whom he's giving orders to take the order or to do something about it. You don't expect the president to wear khaki and get into the battlefield with the terrorist. He's done the most he could do by giving orders, and as he not do give the order, now the responsibility of people when give order to take the order where BC give. I think this is where he said that
he contacted US. He called a meeting of the big officers. What he told them, I don't know. And I don't need to know. Because he's commander-in-chief. And when the commander-in-chief is giving instruction to his subordinates, who are you to be there? And after all, and I need to make this one clear, I don't support those who are accusing the president of not doing enough. When the commander-in-chief had given instructions to his subordinates, he has done his bit. You don't expect him to go and put on khaki and when my friend Trump gives instruction to
now
go
this
and
particular
bomb
conversation I make with you.
anyway.
People are saying that, is it enough? I mean, should Odumeje not respect that the Adeboye for the fact that he's a senior? Is it because of this small thing that Adeboye said that he will not
No,
reply
you are
Adeboye in
right.
this kind of
And
manner?
all of us must wake up. I don't want to talk to Adeboye. I don't want to talk to that man. You don't know what they call pastor. Go to the Bible. A pastor book a bad government. I'm a disappointment. My age is like a failure.
Okay. All right, Nigerians, well, like but do you think that what Adeboye said is enough to get this kind of backlash from a junior pastor, a much more junior pastor, both in terms of service and, of course, in age? You think it's enough to get this kind of backlash? Because people don't the attack. I see Odumeje. See your brother Odumeje. What see they do that the Adeboye? Is it good? Is it good? Nigerians phone lines are open. Please do well to join the conversation. Sincere apologies. So I had Chidon Kalo join us earlier today, but my village people decided that interview will not hold. For some reasons, I could hear him, he could not hear me. we kept doing that back and forth. We had to cut off. I felt so disappointed. I didn't want to have the life again today. But I was like, make it not be like say I no respect on us. Since I don't carry man to give me, make I try the lead the whole dismantle. I was really, really disappointed today. For some reasons, there was this technical glitch and we could not hear each other. He could hear me, but I couldn't hear him. No, I could hear him rather, but he couldn't hear me. And we kept trying and trying, and then I just thought to let it go. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, Precious. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm not fine, but I'll be fine.
No, you're fine.
I'll be fine. You're welcome, sir.
Let me. Greetings, viewers. Yeah, it's. I like that Odumeje.
The man know whole water for mouth. He just they blast, they go. It doesn't matter whether you understand his English or not. As long as communication has taken place. You know, say for communication, there is the sender of the message, there is a mode of transmission, and there is a receiver, and then there is the decoding. As long as say somehow you decode the information, communication don't take place. It no matter whether in speak in a way where you get so much clarity or not, but as long as you decode in some way.
It's right. It mix up with German, with French, and then speaking
so much. You can't add Igbo language join them. You don't concern anybody. Don't concern anybody.
Oh my God! You know, seriously, it's I don't know. You know, I belong to that constituency too. So
it's true. It's your people. Sorry, touch not my anointed. No vex.
Get as to be for me, but I think that these are some of the reasons why some people go look ministers of God and they go to talk down on them.
Sure.
On both sides, if you look at the optics, you look at everything, and if you are a practicing Christian and you know one or two things about the Bible and how God communicates with people, you go see traces of arrogance. You go see traces of me. And there are questions you go ask. If we are this close to God and we have this access, what have we done with it? Particularly in the area that is being spoken of, the area of insurgency. You know, I think I'll just leave it for anybody where they observe these things and we don't follow up this event since. Make a comment or make it talk the way it talk. But nothing here impressed me. Nothing here. I think that this is not the best of administration that Nigeria would have. We know that there are challenges. Yes, you can say it wasn't started by the president, but the reason why we have governments, where we vote governments in and vote them out, is because things are supposed to be better. I was just doing a calculation of the increment where they say they don't give to soldiers from 49
to 100,000, and we even have the temerity to even talk about it like it's a big deal. Hey.
I divide them by 1,350, which is I think about the exchange rate of naira to $1, and it just came over to $74. That's what is really received.
I don't want to express how vexed I am over this.
That's what.
I don't even pay. See, I'm not a fantastic person, but I may not even pay a staff who just cuts videos for me that kind of amount of money. It's painful. Even though the person will be working remotely.
And we're celebrating it. That is why
people when they go battlefront too.
Yes. Inside bush with the elements. Their family, they get children. And yes, some people go celebrate, say, well, it's better from 49 to 40. The millions where would they hear? The ones where they give terrorists, the ones where are they getting the money from? The money is where would they see left, right, and center convoy, where they give SAs. One person go get where they take open the office of a first lady and all the money where they give, they dash people cars and so on and so forth. That's this. It's just this is nonsense. That's why the government has said that you cannot voluntarily now retire or quit the force. They're not going because nobody wants to go. Not this kind of money. Not this. You get not this kind of money. So when I hear people, ministers of God, saying that this person has tried this person, did they say that to Jonathan? Did they say that to Jonathan? What changed? What changed? For all we know, these are people who swore by the Constitution to protect the lives and the property of Nigerians. And the buck stops with the president. It's always been so.
Did you hear what he said yesterday? That when it was Chibok girls, the buck stopped on Jonathan's table, but when it's now his turn, they can't move the buck, they go to
yes, yes.
to your side.
It can't change. I mean, so when you look at someone who is a minister of God, well-respected minister, but I'm saying these things, you're wondering, God cannot be in this. I can tell you that. Because the God that we serve is a fair God, is a just God. They take injustice. See, so, but I don't want to comment on that. There are so many issues where we could deal with. But, well, good thing that they release these people, 44 of them, after 56 days in captivity. Is a good thing. But did you listen to what Mackinday said? That he declared for the presidency under the platform of APM.
Today.
About 4 p.m.
4 p.m. The next day around 9 a.m. They kidnapped
the next day, 9 a.m., they kidnapped them. And that he has never had this thing for 7 years plus since it was started. And then before that time, somebody had come. A former governor had come to say that is Mackinday's fault. He was blaming Mackinday for this incident. He didn't say how.
Yes, of course, the person now you're fired.
Yes. Why would you, if you can blame Mackinday, maybe you say, okay, he's the chief executive. He is supposed to protect the people of his state. You can blame him, but you will not blame the president, who is the commander-in-chief. Why are we like this? Why are we like this? And we're doing all these things. We also forget there are still many people who are languishing, who are still there with them. We forget that some of this thing got heated up when Obi came on air to say, I spoke with Mackinday, and he told me that since this thing happened, nobody from the presidency has spoken to him. Nobody. Even to say, sorry, we're doing everything we can, we're mobilizing, we're doing that, we're nobody. So I think we have a lot of lesson to learn about leadership. Because leadership has to show empathy. Leadership has to be transparent. Even if you know me now, there are some times when you go tell something they do, somebody say, I don't know, would they pray for you? We're trying our best. It helps, it suits, it helps. But you're on your own. And then somebody comes to come and rub salt or pepper inside your injury. How can the governor be responsible for this? How? He's not in commander-in-chief. He's not in charge of the police. How? How? So I don't understand the politics. Where would they play? But somebody was beheaded. So people are celebrating, but they forgot that the family of these people, where they look them, they celebrate. It's like you are mocking them.
Yes.
You forget that there was an innocent person who just woke up and went to work, has a family. and then he disappears, and then they cut off his neck
and murdered him in front of the world.
in front of
You
the
don't understand. That video, that image will never get off their head.
never.
How they lost their loved one.
Look at the kids. Look at the kids. To see that kind of thing, the trauma is going to live with them for. In fact, some parents would have died not knowing if their children don't lose, whether they go ever. Some don't get high blood pressure.
Yes.
So there's a whole gamut of effect when this thing gets. I'm going to celebrate it. They celebrate it. And then you think that those people will still go back to that school? The children? If you're a parent, you allow your child go back to that same school? We have not addressed the problem, the real cause of this thing. And besides, you go and you show those students. Why not show us the people where you kidnap, the people where you catch? Why are you showing people terrified? They're eating bread and you're showing how they're eating. See how they chop, they haven't eaten. That, and children, for that matter, at that age. I think that is wrong. I think that is wrong. I think there's the law against that. Why not show us the kidnappers? Because we hear that there were people who were caught. Why not show us? These are the kidnappers. Why are you showcasing people and giving them biscuit and showing them you are giving them biscuit and so on and so forth? What is that optics supposed to do for you? What is that supposed to do? Is that proper? So there are so many things to talk about, Precious. There are so many things where you go see and you go to shake your head. There are so many issues that we need to tackle. There are so many issues where Adeboye needs to involve himself with. Not to be talking about this kind of his friend with Donald Trump and friendship with his
brother-in-law,
Baba T, brother-in-law and so on and so forth. So I don't think that that was anything palatable. I don't think that the optics was good at all. But of course, he's entitled to. As for Underboski, if you na Baba na go fetch firewood.
So do you think he was a bit overboard with his criticism of Adeboye?
Well,
or do you think he was indeed trying to enlighten the people on what their right really is? Remember what he said. He said that no politician will do any project for the people doing with their money, so they should stop taking the glory. It may be his grammar, but he heard what he said. He said it is the people's money and it is their rights. I don't know if you understand that.
Yeah, I hear what's in the talk.
Yes. He said it is the people's money and it is their rights.
I hear what's in the talk. What I wanted to say is that now Baba and I go fetch the firewood, insect-infected firewood, with the warrior. That's what I think. Because it will make some of us go back to the past to come and look at some of the things that he has said. If we interrogate it, I'm not sure you have very good things to say. And it's giving the church a bad image. That's the truth. Because when they see him, they see the church. This is a big man, with
do you expect that now with the new or reputation of Muslim tickets we in-law don't make, and with all the killings of Christians, do you expect him to say anything? Should Christians actually speak?
Of course. Have you seen him talking like Dachumo is talking? If he's the biggest pastor, quote and unquote, if he's, yes. Shouldn't he also be engaged? Maybe he's been speaking secretly, I don't know. But shouldn't he also go to Paris?
Okay, I think Madam B joined twice. Let me remove one of her. Go ahead.
Okay. Shouldn't he also be involved in this discussion about what we do about insurgency, how to fight it, and so on and so forth? The way some other pastors or ministers of God are doing. Why is he not doing that? The killings are so many. People are being killed left, right, and center. There's injustice all over the place. It's not just the killings. There's so many issues to interrogate. It's so many injustices. Even if you look at the political system, if you look at the judiciary, you look at the executive, you look at some of them go to church, some of them go to his church. You know, there's so many things to interrogate if you really want to be a crusader. I expect that he would have carried the placard and he would have gone out just like he did, just like the same good man that he was when Jonathan was there, and go out on the street, mobilize people and say, no, this killing is too much. We can't tolerate this. Oh,
No,
there's
no wahala. Tiwa, just help me hold your thought. Make I talk to Madam B before her network go hit her back, since you're still here with us. Good evening, Madam B. Welcome. Good evening, ma. Hello, can you hear me? I can't hear you. Can you hear me, Madam B?
Yes, I can hear you.
I don't know which of the one you're hearing me with now. Let me see. Can you see hear us? Can you see hear me?
No.
Madam B, are you there? Can you hear us? I see if I knew and suspected that your network may give issues. Can you hear us, please? Are you there? Okay, so whilst we're waiting for her to hear us, I was trying to see if I can show you that CCTV footage in question, and then the P2B brouhaha. But before then, make I show you waiting on Mahi talk. Remember, say P2B respond to Mahi when it's all about become a presidential candidate. So that thing go fit debate them as a presidential candidate. Say no go debate them as a minister of another president.
It's all about AI politics. It's cheap, sentiments, and it's very unfortunate. Who is after him? Nobody is after him because, we want him to be on the ballot to make the victory very sweet, because he says that Southeast is his catchment area. And I'm saying, South is not his catchment area. That what happened before was an accident of history. And it's going to be proven in 2027 because Southeast will massively vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There's nothing personal between me and him, but, he should, speak the truth to help the people of Southeast. That's not the way we are. We don't cancel without knowledge, and we are not desperate. Let him play by the rules so that it's not affecting our people. There should be no desperation because this Southeast one day will become the president of this country. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't hear him. He said that what happened during 2023 election that P2B got so much votes was a mistake. Madam B, if you can hear us, please kindly express yourself, express that you can hear us. Can you hear us? All of a sudden, we can't hear you again. Maybe you help us go back and come in again. We can't hear you. We can't hear anything you're saying. That it was a mistake that P2B won that much votes in the Southeast. You see, this thing when they talk, not the ordinary talk. I'm not sure that they're saying this because they know that P2B is not capable of winning even much more. I think that they are only speaking based on what the plans that they have already on ground to ensure that he doesn't get that number of votes. And I don't know why we're all quiet about this. Or do you think otherwise, sir?
Well, Precious, Obi won the whole of the Southeast. Won his
Madam
own
B,
state.
can you hear us now? Madam B, can you hear us? Your network is bad. Your network is bad. I don't know what's going on, but it's bad. You know what? Let me remove the two, and then please try to rejoin again totally. Please, that's the best. Go ahead, Tiwa Danjuma, sir.
Yeah, 2023 is gone. But we know that even his own state Obi won. In his household, he confessed there were people who voted for Obi, even his own family. So I don't know what mistake that he's talking about. Obi didn't give anybody cover. He didn't bribe anybody. So the same way that they marketed him in 2023, 4 people tweeting and all that, they're going to be surprised. Time will tell. So Professor by experience is not someone that you listen to. Let him go and mind his business. Let him go, and he has quite a lot to deal with. I don't know what magic is going to do that is going to win the Southeast, for whoever he is working for. It's a shame. Nobody takes him into take that person into consideration. He's just speaking because he's being paid for the job that he's doing and is being used. And then he knows that when the time comes, he'll be probed. Because if you apart from the oil industry, if you are looking for a major source of leakage, it's the Ministry of Works. They have to explain, there's a lot that they have to explain. Quantum projects that are not approved, that didn't go through procurement.
Waiting make person leave senatorial position, say he won't become minister. I don't know whether you won as a senator, but you decided that it is actually better for you to be a minister instead of an elected official. There must be something juicy about that position.
Well, now let me go answer them. And then you look at all the scandals surrounding that particular person. Quite a lot of hotels, of mining, illegal mining, of property acquired, of disappearances. I don't want to use the right word here. People will don't disappear. And people are fingering, saying this person or that person. There's so many things to account for. When the time comes, they are all going to pay for it. So it's not someone that if you challenge, maybe they come now. What are they going to be? They'll not be mates now. Yeah, they're not mates. As the governor, what did he do in Ebonyi State? What did he do? You saw the schools where they show. Some of the schools they show for Ebonyi State. You saw how bad the schools are looking. I know Ebonyi State is it's not one of those big states that with investments and so on and so forth, with inflow of capital and investments and so on. But what did he do to move that state from the position that it was when he was gone to what it is now? Ebonyi people not still on the street selling. If you look at the people who are selling in the streets of Lagos, it's a fairly long time I left, where they sell the hawk. If you check, 60% of them are Ebonyi people. Ebonyi. Why? Because there's nothing to do. There's no school to go to. You can't go to school. So let us leave this man because he knows what he's doing. There are 2 or 3 of them there in the southeast. Where you look at them, you shake your head. So I don't think that I think I mentioned him. I don't think that Dave Umahi is Dave Umahi is someone that you can play side by side with Obi, and you would not know who to choose. There's no comparison.
All right. So I don't know if Madam B has rejoined. Madam B, please try and join. I really want to hear you contribute. I'm so sorry the network is dealing with you. That was exactly what happened to me today, this evening with Professor Dinkalo. So here, this I've been no one play the CCTV footage because it a pain eye. How can for 21st century
the man coming up on the vehicle?
How bad the image there? 2026. They say the timestamp. How do you even recognize faces with this CCTV footage?
That's number one.
I mean, I want to say be my fellow security experts. How do you identify a face with this footage?
Maybe you go Zoom, but that is a lawyer.
Zoom. So before the Zoom will even show clarity.
Yeah. How can you play this before a judge and you say this is so and so person, this is a scar? How do you identify the person? How do you identify his plate number? How do you identify? I'm looking at the timing. I don't know whether the time is okay. It's shown in the screen there.
It's showing here.
Yes.
Now repacking the vehicle.
So there are so many things, and the way he spoke is as if he was speaking as an eyewitness. The way he was speaking as if he's an eyewitness. But definitely he was not there. It's what someone told him and what he thinks he could find from the CCTV footage that is showing. And this is not a full CCTV footage because you can see that, you know, they cut and paste and so on and so forth.
No. You go see it from the timestamp. You go see say cut and join, just like you said.
Yes. So, you know, when people come and begin
So
to
why
say
did
this,
he cut and join it? That's another question. Because I mean, this whole incident is not supposed to pass how many minutes so it happened. So why cut and join?
a narrative, because he has to put a narrative, and then I think he should busy himself with some more important things, because as a minister, this is not what he's a spokesperson that will be doing this, not personally involved himself in this kind of thing. So, but you know, that's it. You know, so they will tell him he's doing a good job. You know, they will clap for him and tell him.
Maybe like anybody where attack will be under Tinubu regime, they get award.
Then he go fire. You know, so let him go ahead and do what he wants to do. Let him go ahead. Let him go ahead, because he has no case here. There's no case here. There's no case. There's no case. There's no case. I don't see any case. You know, so, but, you know, of course, if you not talk about Obi, then, you know, there'll be headline news. So it appears that all of them, they've been told anything about Obi fire, anything about Obi fire. I mean, so you can see everybody they shoot from left, right, and center. It's a shame forgetting that one day this whole thing will be all over. It will be all over. It's I've had second bill job.
All right, so Mr. Ken, good evening and welcome. Mr. Ken,
good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Precious.
Yes, sir.
The principal, good evening. I don't give you that title, that's why. Good evening. Just like you said, even the ring in our door here has a clearer camera than what a whole federal government is showing Nigerians. You know, if somebody picks up something at the airport, I can assume that it's not me with that kind of footage. You're bringing an obsolete footage, cut and join, to come and show us a narrative of 6 minutes and some seconds, and then you turn it around to say that it's 30-something minutes or whatever. It's a shame. It's a shame what every minister, every appointee of Tinubu are all acting as spokesman. Yesterday I said it. I said, let us not rejoice too much about whatever statement. If you see from our Honorable Bayo Ononuga, he brought out 3 statements in one night: release, rescue, and another statement. You could know that they paid the ransom. It's just time they will start talking. These people were not rescued from anywhere. Number one, look at those children. The clothes they went, the principal, go back to the footage. The clothes she was wearing is different from what she's wearing. And then you have people with clean clothes after 57 or 59 days in the bush. Congratulations that they are back home safely.
Did you see the Ekiti State people that they released?
Oh yeah, you saw how dirty, how, you know, they were looking. But look at how clean these ones were. Probably they camped them in a house. They've been eating, and then they just use a bush footage to show us pictures that they are captured. It's unfortunate how we have gone down the rabbit hole. A man will complain. You know, all you can do is to shamefully speak for an organization that you are supposed to be overseeing. FAN has a spokesman. Why didn't they say something? But his minister talking because he just wants to show yourself. A senior advocate of nuisance. That's what most of them have turned to in this government. For Odumeje, you know, Odumeje will always fire. I love the way Moto, according to say. But you see, there is still a definite silence in the land about this Muslim tickets.
Exactly.
We're waiting till tomorrow. Maybe some of them will come up tomorrow. I can only bank on one pastor to say something, or two. let me not preempt anybody. Let's wait till after church service tomorrow and see who is going to come up with something or who is going to say something about this ticket. Because it's
Because they were
totally,
quiet the
totally a
first time. They
slap.
want to be quiet now again.
Quiet again. And our minister of rubbish work is not even saying anything. They are all shouting, Obi, 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 as if Obi is the problem. You claim you are a presidential candidate. Even our political scientists, they couldn't make you a vice president. You have seen it in your room, in your parlor, in your bathroom, everywhere. They still could not make you a vice presidential candidate. They kept a Muslim candidate, and you're going on the street with your tails behind and shouting, hey, hey, hey. It's a shame. It's really, really a shame. What is going on in Nigeria is completely a shame. And that is why people don't take us serious. I'm telling you, 2027, whatever we are seeing is a dress rehearsal. If we fail to go to the polls and fight it out, toe to toe, and get our mandate from these criminals, Madam Precious, don't be surprised that even after our visas, they will start turning us back at the airport. Because it's totally a shame. We are not regarded
But
in the
how
committee
is it
of...
that people are not recognizing the danger if it is dangerous?
People are not recognizing the danger because, number one, the few people that are talking, they have hired all kinds of miscreants to be social media bandits. They are the ones screaming on top of their voice, acting like they are okay. Most of them are not okay. Most of these people tweeting and gaslighting go back to their hood. They are suffering. But because of 100,000 naira, that is not even up to $100, everybody is acting like the country is okay. Even the pastors, very soon they won't see those tithes they are collecting anymore. This generation are waking up. Most of them are knowing that, no, why are we giving you tithes? To do what? Very soon, those tithes they are seeing, they won't see them anymore. They are banking on people's ignorance, and people are waking up, letting us know that it is no longer business as usual. How are we in a land? You did the first one, we allowed you. What militated the second one? After all the killings with the Fulani bandits everywhere, and you still going to rub Muslim tickets in our face? If Nigeria, in fact, I want to see them, all these things they are all saying, they are banking on the billions they want to go and share on the streets to buy votes. Because Dave Umahi cannot even win his local government on a clean and fair day. Dave Umahi cannot win his local government. But all now they are banking is buying of votes, violence, and that's all they are banking. They will come to the polling station with filled ballot papers. It's not going to work in 2027. It's not going to work. As a matter of fact, those money, let them bring it to the polling station. We need them. Because we can't go on like this. I know how much it cost me to come 2023 to vote. This 2027, if I'm coming down to vote, it will not work. Or
Hello, Mr.
we are
Ken.
Yes, Kai.
Yes, I can hear you now. Go ahead. We lost you for a while.
Sorry, I said so. It's not work. All they are banking on is the vote they want to buy, and the ballot papers they want to stuff. Violent election. That is all Dave Umahi and co are banking on. But it's not going to work in 2027. I have told us there's. Thank God you're also saying there's nothing like free. They should stop talking about free and fair. Let's just be saying there will be election in 2027. Nothing is going to be free and fair because we are dealing with people from the darkest side of the coven. People who don't care about the next man, only about themselves. No. We can't continue going down this route. I keep on saying it. Very, very soon, you will get a European visa, they will turn you back at the airport and say, we don't need Nigerians to come in if we don't correct
Do you
this.
know that most of these countries are already strengthening their immigration
Yes,
policies against
of course.
Nigerians?
Of course. Of course. If people like South Africa can come online and be saying that they made the video, they made Burna Boy, they made Whiskey, can you imagine? Just because you have DSTV. Where are they right now? We need to strengthen. And you know, the funniest thing is that all these musicians, only Davido is speaking up. Most of them are not speaking up because they have either joined APC or they are in cahoots with some of them. If you remember during the NSAS, it took Wizkid to tweet NSAS and the whole place went up in flame. After that time, Wizkid has gone below. He's now with them. He doesn't say nothing anymore. You see him in their midst. Burna Boy will tell you, I don't care. Nigerians know what to do. We all need to stand up like Davido is saying something. No matter whose ours is God, let us stand up. The children are back. We thank God for them. What are they going to rehabilitate them with? Maybe just treat them for malaria, whatever. After 2 days, you turn them back. No, they were supposed to be in a center, just like you said, with their family for like a month, rehabilitating them. But no, they're just going to turn them back to the road, out to the street, and let them just go back. It's unfortunate. Citizens are not cared for. There's no welfare package at all. Somebody loses everything, come back to Nigeria from South Africa, you are giving the person 1 million naira.
They never
When you take
people.
transport to your state, is the 1 million not out of million? Is 1,000
I don't
now?
even know how those families will manage, honestly.
I know.
It'll be so hard for them.
You saw Ghana.
These are
instituting these people.
Oh no.
You give them 1 million and tell them to come and say, thank you, Governor this, thank you for giving us 1 million naira. After 12 years in a foreign country, somebody who have tasted a little bit of wealth or good living, where are you going to situate the person? How do you want him to be integrated? That is why I don't blame some Nigerians staying back to say, let me die here. Going back to do what? It's unfortunate. A land filled with milk and honey, and we are eating crumbs from the streets. 2027, if Nigerians continue with this shenanigan, continue with this bigotry, they know the term and the body go tell us. I'm telling you, Madam Precious, body go tell us. Just like I was playing yesterday, before I got into my own profession that I am right now, Madam Precious, when I got into this country, I was a CNE. I built my first house with being a CNE. For 3 years, while I was going to school, I was a CNE. I built my first house in Nigeria. And somebody will pay a blogger. You know, I just thank God for your life, Madam Precious. I'm waiting for the day Daniel Biwala should pay you to come and talk rubbish on your platform. We go wait for them. They won't come anyway. They know that, you know, you are an informed platform.
They not agree come
they won't
here.
come. They won't come. They won't come.
They no agree answer
Never. They will not come. I'm telling you that they monitor your podcast, your program every night, every morning. Your program is out there. They know they won't come. They will rather go to people like Morayo, who they know is a subordinate of Tinubu, works for Tinubu, so they can buy up airtime and say rubbish over there. They won't come. It's unfortunate where we are going, and we can't continue like this. It's either we get it straight or we remain moribund.
See why Danjuma, what's the danger ahead of us with what Ken is saying now?
Well, Ken is spot on. Ken is spot on. First of all, I agree with him that people must come out and go and vote. All those talk about no, is done, is a done deal. They are going to nothing you can do. You see, it's a sing song, you know, for them. And it's almost become a cliche, you know, because they know that if they keep on peddling that and saying that, and you know, when you tell a lie often and on, you know, it gets a semblance of truth. So, and they know that if people don't come and vote, then you give them an advantage. But if people can swell their attendance in terms of going to vote, collect their PVCs, go out there and vote, the sheer volume of people who are coming to vote, who believe that this system is not working for them, they come out to the polling booths and vote and remain there, that will be intimidating enough for them, you know. Because I mean, it's people do all those things when there's a little. When you find people where they come out massively, it will be difficult for you to do anything within that vicinity. Maybe now when you take them out to somewhere, why do they buy your votes if your vote is not important? Why are they offering you money to give them to give them their voters card? Why? Why are they paying you money? That's what you have to interrogate. If your vote is not important, why are you buying it? Why are you giving people bread? Why are you doing all that? Because you know we're all just trying to be deceitful, and because you know that the level of awareness and consciousness of the people in terms of their political right is low, so you can play on them. The part of the problem we have is not just leadership; it's also the followership. Let us do our part. If you do our part and do it very well, then at least you can beat your chest and say, yes, I did my part, I did my piece. You know. So, and I again, I agree that the only way that you can change this government, constitutionally speaking, legally, is through the ballot box. And so, if you want to change the constitution, you want things to get right again, you have to change what is not working. That's how it's done. If you're driving a car, your car is breaking down every time and breaking down every time, breaking down every time. You get to a point where you say, there's no need putting money in this car again because I'm spending a lot of money. So you jump the car. You take a new one. Okay? So that is the obvious truth. You know that things are not getting better. When you look back before this government came into place, you know that things were very bad. Compare it now to what they have done where you are. Are you better off? Answer the question. Are you better? Because the morning tells you the excuse that, it will take a while before you do, but the morning tells the day. In terms of justice, in terms of fairness, in terms of your institutions, are they stronger? Are they better now? In terms of your legislators, are they truly representing you? Constitutional allowances that they get in terms of your government, in terms of the judiciary. Can your children go to school now? Can a student sponsor himself to school? An individual sponsor himself to school. They enjoy free education. Can I, in my time, I paid my fees. I did. How many people can afford to do it now? Can you get back jobs? When you finish, can you get a job? What they're teaching you in the university, is irrelevant to you when you come out there or you have to retrain? Can you sleep secure? Can you build a house with your pay or salary that you're earning? Can you, as a Nigerian, there in the country? Okay? So you check all those things and see whether, if you are a civil servant, are you looking at what you're seeing now? Can you be guaranteed that if you work for 36, 35 years or 36 years, whichever, or the age or the number of years that you work, can you beat your chest and say yes, that if you retire, going by what you see now, that you get your pension, that you get your gratuity, and that what you earn will be a living wage? Can you?
It's not even about getting the gratuity, it's about the worth of the gratuity or what the gratuity can do.
If you
can get your gratuity, but what can you do with the gratuity? That's the question.
Those are questions.
What use them do?
Those are questions. So, so you have to ask yourself these questions. If you're a policeman, your salary, what does it do for you? Your pay, what does it do for you? What of your mobility, upward mobility in terms of your job career prospect? I mean, it's holistic. You got to look at these things. Now, can any government address all these things? No. But you will show a direction that will be clear, that you have moved from here to here. I was here before, now we have moved. So you see a progression. It has to be behavioral. You can appraise it, you can assess it and say, yes, things are getting much better now. Can you say that? If you were a bank manager, or you were a manager somewhere in a bank, and now they're telling you, go and sell akara and agbado, so you check yourself. Is that moving you forward or going backwards? So there are questions you have to ask yourself. The questions that you have to ask yourself. How much is Tokumboka today? How many people can buy brand new cars? There's so many things that you have to ask. There's so many things, if not for yourself, for your children. What kind of country do I want for my children? Why do you think, again, we've said it so many times, why do you think that a whole Nigerian, a normal human being, Go look. Then he has to go from Lagos, go to Benin, go cross over, or maybe go to Niger, go to the dangers of the Sahara. That place is very dangerous. You could be kidnapped, you could be killed. The weather is not clement, it's hostile. You're going to a place where you don't know. And then maybe you go to Libya, or you go to Mauritania, or you find yourself, hoping to cross from there to Europe. You don't know what you're going to meet, and you take balloons. It's more difficult now. You don't know what you're going to meet. It's the total submission of your life to the vagaries, to the elements. Whatever is going to happen, let it happen. It's like committing suicide. When someone is driven to that extent, where he feels that, well, whatever is going to happen, it means that he has totally lost all hope of survival. What drives any human being, a young person, to think that way, to take that kind of route? Is your country. Because you don't see hope in your country. You don't see opportunities. And for many of those people, it has ended in disaster. Total disaster. So we have to begin. Has it reduced now? Are those of us who are outside coming back home? We want to come back home. Have we stopped sending money the way we're sending back home to people? The calls that we receive, are they reducing? Are the people telling us that they're doing better now, they're doing well? There's so many things that we have to. Am I blaming Tinubu? Yes and no. Yes, he didn't cause it, but he's my president. He asked for it. He said he built Lagos. So I hold him. And if I think that he's not doing well and he's not doing well, I ask him to go. Ask him to go. And how do I do it with my votes? It's as simple as that.
So, let me take the conversation around again, this Christian genocide, Christian genocide, the question around the Muslim tickets. It's not like I'm particularly pained about it, but I think it doesn't speak well about equity, fairness, and justice if we're doing that. So as it is right now, that means it shows that the presidency or this government is rather more scared of the northern elites who have warned him not to touch Shetima, who warned him not to balance the tickets, understanding our religious diversity. So he's rather more scared of them than Christians. As in how Nigerian Christians, how the northern Christians, how the southern Christians used to make themselves look that weak, that a president would rather please the northern Muslim cabals that have insisted that he is not Muslim enough, so they must give him another Muslim to work with.
What?
I don't understand, because since how many days, I don't raise the issue up. I did just think come from my head.
Well, Precious, ordinarily, let us be frank. Ordinarily, things
so
were
I
working
hope
well.
the Yoruba Muslims to see that this means that the northern Muslims don't rate them. They don't see them as Muslims enough. Because if you see them as Muslim enough, you will not have a Muslim presidential candidate. And you insist on bringing a Muslim vice presidential candidate from the north to run with him.
Precious, ordinarily, this should not be an issue. The issue of religion, ethnicity,
It shouldn't.
Really
no, vex. Give me a second, man. Look at Madam Big if you hear us. Madam Big, can you hear us now? Madam B, can you hear us? I'm glad to have you back. At any point you can hear us, please speak up. You're muted, so please unmute yourself and speak. Let's see. Can you hear us?
Can you hear me now? Yes.
Hey, finally. So go ahead, ma. Yes,
good
we can
evening.
Hear you now.
Why?
Go
Good
ahead.
evening.
Good evening, ma.
Yes, yeah. Last night, I was saying something about the Muslim ticket. See why they wave or they greet you. So I was saying something about it, Muslim ticket. I said that, does it really matter? That is because, why do we care? Because we already know that hardly has this president made any decision, to reflect that he even cares about citizens of this country. I don't see, these 3 years, if he has ever made any decision, to show that, yes, he cares about us. So why should he now change that, that feeling, that narrative, that idea right now? I was on this guy's page today, English Allergy, and listen, if you don't, you need to get on this man's page on Telegram to know how terrible things have been in this country. Hello, am I still on?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead now.
Yeah. So I saw things, and the level it is scary. It is.
Oh, you're down again. We can't we can't hear you again, Madam B. Can you hear us? Madam B, can you hear us? We cannot hear you anymore. It's unfortunately. Mr. OBC, you're welcome. Okay, so Tiwa, let me let you drop your thoughts on that thing you were saying. If you can, Madam B, we can't hear you. So if at any point you can hear us, please kindly speak so we can. I think the network has booted out. So go ahead, sir.
I was saying, ordinarily, this issue of religion, this faith, and shouldn't be an issue. But it was just to give a semblance of balancing, just a convention, a tradition that we adopted, which is not really constitutional, but is a practice that has been we have adopted all through, from the beginning. But for someone to just say anybody can go to hell and take that risk and do it, and then we looked at it and we didn't shout and nobody said anything, or if we shouted, it wasn't a serious case. It's unfortunate. So now that we have started it, I want to believe that we also have a time when you have a Christian president, Christian as president.
It will never happen. It will be over the dead body of
it will happen. It will
never happen.
Because if you
tolerate
so that's
exactly why I asked that question.
Yes.
Why is it? Why can't we take it?
If you tolerate this, then it should also be tolerated.
For 2 terms, you want to do that?
Yes. So
just like what Vatsa said. Vatsa said is a slap on the faces of Christians in Nigeria.
Yes, because
it doesn't make sense.
If you do it and the nation and it goes, then someone else will do it.
It's like to hell with you guys on a no matter. What's gonna be in the scheme of things?
But having said that, it may have helped him politically, but it hasn't helped him in terms of leadership, which is more important. And even now, I can tell you, because he's caught in a trap, that thing is not going to work for him again. It was a political machination, put together by some people who supported him, and that support has fizzled out. He's not going to get the 62% that he got and that period, in the North, whether fairly or otherwise. That vote is not there waiting for him again. So it would be worse of him if he changed it and took a Christian, from the North. That will not get him votes, But of course, Christians are not strategic to him in his political calculation. Not that if they were, then he would not repeat that mistake. But that said, I don't think that is now an issue, because even if you have picked up a Christian candidate, it still won't change the minds of some people who feel that he hasn't done well.
You don't get the point. The point is not for it to change the minds of people. The point is to be fair. That's the point. The point is to be fair. And the point is disdain on Christians. The disdain on Christians. They're looking at her like on no matter what. No worry, Madam B. Maybe she just put mouth first. We'll go talk. Madam B, I don't know if you can hear us now.
Yes, I can hear you.
Go ahead, please. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I was just saying that, just like what CY has said. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, I don't care who he chooses. We just want him to do us all a favor and leave. He has never really shown any respect for anybody apart from himself. So the disdain has always been there from day one. Now, Gio saying that because we are importing fuel, that was said, the no more importing gun and all that. Oando is part of the people who were doing the, what is it called, the subsidy thing, and who owns Oando. So these are the things we should stop gaslighting. They should stop gaslighting us. I was telling you about this insecurity. Let's leave these people. This insecurity, you need to see this guy's page. Precious, fear go catch you. Nigeria is bleeding. And somebody is telling us that somebody has tried his best. So it's fine. Peter Obi has put it so well. Fine, we appreciate the fact that he has tried his best. We recognize that. But we are saying that his best is not good enough to settle the matter on the ground now. So let him do us all a favor and go home. His grandchildren will be very... This carnage, this killing all over Nigeria. We are happy now that your children and teachers have been released. What of those ones in Borno State? Are they not Nigerian children? They are our children. They are still in the bush. Only God knows under what condition. We don't know. The man that was beheaded right in the full glare of the world, who is going to be held responsible for that? Who? So this, and I'm looking at the video, I'm like, it's the same people people doing this, committing this atrocity. No. I don't care whoever Tinubu is choosing as running mate. He should just go. That is just it. I don't care. He should just leave. Let us at least try and mend all the broken pieces of our lives. And let's, it doesn't make sense. Who cares who is choosing? Let him go. Nigerians are dying in their droves, in captivity.
Sincere apologies. Your network again. I don't know why you did, Madam B. The network, they really worry. Sincere apologies. All right. Let me let that rest. Mr. Obisi, good evening and welcome.
Yeah, precious. Blessings to everyone. Mr. TY, the village headmaster. Welcome. Well done.
Not title one, I don't go give Oga TY Danjuma for this place. I don't finish him for title.
He is a progenitor. So let's accord him respect. Okay.
The title, obviously in the title don't plenty. I get Danjuma, I get analog. Plus this other one that they give me. We can just add money put.
No worry. Anyway, I jumped in because when Precious was saying, about the person he chose, well, going by what you guys said and what this other madam is saying, yeah, while it might not matter to change the fortune of his political permutation, but it still matters in the sense that you should accord, if you say Nigeria is a multi-religious city, then it only makes sense for you if you want to accord the other religion. After all, you have Christians in your cabinet. So
in fact, you people do not have the moral rights to ever insult my internet again in this life. If you people that are in the abroad, your internet can disturb you like this.
As Christians, I want to say,
Mr. Albison, we've missed you. We missed out what you're saying, and I was just having you people's internet. Your internet tripped off briefly.
Sorry, are you hearing me now?
They insult my internet next time. If on our own internet is going to give on a problem.
No, I'm on the road. I'm on the road, and because I think where I got to now, the network has to switch to wireless. So I think that was why. So, but are you hearing me now?
Yes. Go ahead.
Please. Okay. So I don't know where you had me last. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't really, while it matters, or while it does not matter as per his political fortunes, it also matters so that he will cover the sympathy of those that will say, okay, at least this time around, he's tried to placate us. Let's give him another chance, And then he has Christians in his cabinet. He should give them that respect. But my own position is because Nigeria is a Muslim country. That is the reason why, yes, Nigeria is a Muslim nation. That is the reason why they will do what they will do and nothing will happen. Has anybody raised eyebrow? Has Christian Association come and say, we tolerated this last time, we're not going to tolerate it again? Has anybody? Has any man of God? And I didn't know the talking point because I saw you said Odumeje and then I didn't know what Odumeje said, but I'm going to get to that later. Has anybody, both Christians, both traditionalists, both non-Christians, has anybody come say, we tolerated this? You met this man, security, you said he was going to be in charge of security, and security never improved, rather it worsened. So let's try another person. Has anybody done that? No, because they will not. So Nigeria is a Muslim nation. That's how you put that at. Because remember, your Turkey is there, Qatar is there. I'm sure they would influence him in not to choose a Christian, because their agenda is the same at the end of the day. The Muslim world, their agenda is the same. They want to conquer the world. And they have seen a very porous place in Nigeria where they can influence easily. That said, I expect if the men of God in Nigeria will have the balls to say, if you're in this church, you cannot vote for this, even if you voted for this platform last period, as long as you are under my ministration, under my anointing, whatever they would want to say, you're not going to vote for this platform again. That's what I expect Christian leaders, all the men of God in that country to say. You cannot vote for this. So let us march. Let's see, since all these Muslims, they say, oh, we have the numbers. This other lady came out the other day, what's her name? Mohammed, that Najatu Mohammed, that they have the numbers. The other beating, rubber-mounted man came and said they have the numbers. A terrorist himself came and said they have the numbers. Let's see. Let Christians have balls for once. I say, if you let at least Roman Catholic that has the largest number of Christians in that country, let them come out. Let the Bishop of Sokoto challenge his friend, his neighbor friend, the Sultan of Sokoto. Why are you allowing this? Let the Bishop of Sokoto, Bishop Kuka, let him challenge Tinubu and say, you can't do this again. And tell Christians, you cannot vote for this platform again, because it's too much. You cannot deride us. You cannot insult our intelligence and then want us to vote for you. That one aside, I am looking forward to today. TY said it's possible for us to have Christian. Why can't we do that? I'm looking forward to a day, if the country remains one in the next 1, 2, 3 years, I'm looking forward to a day when a person of whether in the southwest or south or southeast, as they say, even if it's in the north, that is a Christian, will come to the south or west or north or wherever and also take a Christian. Let us fight that fight and see who is more in number. All right, and till tomorrow, I don't even like this issue of let it be south, let it be north. What happens to the people in the Middle East? I have said it, as did I say Middle East, Middle Belt? Why can't somebody from the south pick up somebody from the Middle Belt? Why can't the people of the Middle Belt come together? No matter how many languages they speak, why can't they come together and influence on a political party? If you don't choose this, our son or daughter, we're not going to vote for you. and make it a Christian, because they are majority Christian. Since these people don't give us, they don't care about us, why should we care about them? They believe in tit a tit, because we believe in slap me and I give you the other cheek. Well, it is time we also believe in what they believe in tit a tit. Let's see who owns the country. That one is done. On the children that were released, thank God they were released. You know, whatever may have happened, we just take it. But I just hope that if it were in this country, they will have a psychologist for those kids that are in school, because they were there for. If in this country they will have a shooting. They have maybe mass shooting, or somebody that went into a school and shot one or two pupils or teacher. When they resume the school after 1 week or so, they will employ, of course, every school has their own psychologist. They will employ the service of a psychologist to talk to those kids because of the trauma they will go through. Talk less of this one. They were in the bush for 1 good month or over a month. They should have the services of a psychologist or psychologists to talk to those kids, to help them in coping with the trauma they went through all this while. Even the adults amongst them. You know, we all have, especially how the country is. So I hope, whether it's from the state government or the federal government or even the local government, I hope they will employ the services of a psychologist to help those kids or those all of them to cope with the trauma they have been through. And every other talking point, you know, whether the only yes, the things are, why wouldn't they agree that things are doing well? After all, it's their brother or their son that is in power. So they should toe the line. And one thing that pains me is tomorrow another person comes and all of them will not have the mouth to start talking. That's the problem. Tomorrow now somebody else comes and everybody will have mouth to be talking, because that person will not give them leeway to talk, and they will not hound you for talking. They will not harass you with DSS. They will not harass you with whosoever. They will not harass you because you talk, and then they go and bring out your old file and dust it to bring out your crime in your heydays. That's where it will be problem. So again, I am not going to beg Nigerians to please go and get your, if you like, don't vote. If you like, vote. But every election has its own consequences. If you vote the right person, you eat the fruit that comes out of it. If you vote the wrong person, you also eat the fruit, just as we're all eating the fruit that is out of this one now. You know, and then one thing I also wanted to say is this, Precious. I listened to one guy a few days ago that was talking about, he's from Niger Delta, and he was alluding that, you know, while they were growing up, their parents incited them to hate the Igbos and all the rest of them, and he now has come out to see that even in the Niger Delta, how many Igbos have oil wells? But most of the oil wells belong to the elites in the north and in the west. And I want to ask, how many people, how many Amanyana boss or King Jaja of Opobo or all the Ezes of the middle Niger Delta, how many of them have oil wells? Or if not oil well, how many of them have gold mine in Zamfara and in Kaduna, in all these places? And yet, people from Kaduna, somebody from Sokoto, somebody from Kano, we come to Cross River, we come to Akwa Ibom, we go to Bayelsa and have oil well. And the people in whose land it is. Obi, I saw what Obi tweeted the other day when he went there for, was it a birthday ceremony? And he began to lament how the people that that are feeding the nation, Their land is so devastated, nothing to show for it. Apart from the money they are making, they are getting their emolument from the federal government, and then the derivative as oil producing state. Why does it have to take the federal government to effect a positive change? Because I don't think it will still make any difference, even if a Messiah comes and sits at Aso Rock. As long as you are being given your whether it's a fair share or not fair share of what your state accrues. Okay. Besides, you also have a derivative. Why does it have to take the federal government to do effect? Is it taking the federal government to effect for what Lexoti is doing in Abia? Is the federal government involved? Is it not what the man is using the money that is accruable to Abia State and using it for the betterment of the people he's ruling? So when you look at it, you see that a whole political class, I don't know how to put it, but it's a mess. That you come in a country, a political class, all they do is maybe when they win, they save money for their next election, and then when they're in their second term, they now save money that will take them through to go and do election to be in the Senate, and then on and it goes. And they will be in the Senate, they will still be getting what do you call it again? They will still be getting pension pay as a former governor, as a former whatever. I mean, it's until the fundamental structures of the country is repaired, we won't have a sane nation. Even me that believe in separation, even if you separate tomorrow, it will still be the same class of political people that are still going to be in the power. And it still go on being the same mess. So we have to solve the fundamentals of the country. Let people who have sincerity in their hearts, let people who are patriotic, because there is no patriotic Nigerian. There is none anywhere. Because when you give them the opportunity, we will all misuse it. So let's, whether it is the generation that is coming, that we have to start training to be patriotic, to be good leaders. So that when they get to the helm of affairs, they will be able to effect positive change that will impact on the population. We don't need to receive handout from the government. We don't need to. All the government needs to do is to have an enabling environment where people will thrive. And Nigerians are not beggars to start with. Nigerians are not known. Nigerians are hardworking. All they're asking for is just give them the basic things and they will thrive. But somebody will come, they will eat the one that belongs to them, eat the one that belongs to the next generation, and eat the one that belongs to the third and the fourth generation to come. At the end of the day, they store this money overseas or store it in sockaway camps, or monkey comes and eats it, or snake comes and swallows it, and then the money is gone. And then the people are still pauperized because of bad leadership. So I plead again that Nigeria should wake up.
Thank you.
In the next 5-6 months, there will be need for people to go to the polls. Nigeria should wake up. When Simon Bakwe was our governor in the old Imo state, he came and said, even if they give you money, you take the money and still vote the person you want to vote for. Because at the end of the day, it is your money. They did not put their hands into the pocket to give you the money. It is our commonwealth that they are giving back to us. Just that it is now in the dubious manner. Take it, vote the right person. That even if you say this person is not the right person, for the fact that we have tried these people, tried this person, give this other person a chance. If he doesn't perform, the next 4 years, take them out. Let me pause here, I beg.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. See why don't you make I let you do the validation. As you they don't call you principal, headmaster, reverend father, all the positions. And please, if you people have not bought T.Y. Danjuma's book, people should go and buy it now. You want me to go and bring one from
oh, he wrote a book with, I didn't know.
Hey, Mr. BC, you yourself no saying right book.
No, he has never advertised it here.
Book, please. It's in Amazon.
Okay.
So that's it. You can see it. So please ensure you go get it.
Oh, okay.
So that's the book.
What?
Please, you guys,
okay,
go get it. and uplift your spirits.
Okay.
Thank
Okay,
you.
that's good. Congratulations. Thank you then. Yeah.
Thank you.
And then
Thank
people
you.
should endeavor to also subscribe. All these people that all their own is just to be talking. One of these I'm gonna start calling you out. You gotta subscribe and go and like
The page.
the
Thank
page.
you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So now don't hear my beg. Mona, subscribe, like, and share, please, so that more people will see it. I tell you what, make I let you say the last. So Obi people see they reject, say Obi no get any police person where they work with them, and they talk, say it should say for them to even go ahead and expose all of this and like that means they know that they are lying and they know they've been witch hunting him. But let me just take your parting shot, sir.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, Precious, for putting out my book there. Thank you. It's a good
Please, so
book.
the book is on Amazon. Is on Amazon, so you can go, across wherever you are in your
It's
the
a
world
good
and
book,
get it.
78 pages. It's not much, 11 chapters, and it deals with varieties of issues, even though it focuses on Christian. It's a Christian book, but it does touch quite a number of areas, that you'll find very insightful and informative. So, Precious, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, sir.
Now, I think that it is not the job of Keyamo, really, even though he's the education minister, to go and say the kind of thing that he says. Fan should say it. Fan is in charge of the airport. So the fact that he descended that low to go into something that is not even 25,000 naira issue, it means that I think he doesn't have a job that he's doing. Because I don't find it. And then if you look at the optics, all the video and all those things that he showed, as a lawyer, I think he should know better. As a not just a lawyer, as a son, he should know better. Because at the end of the day, it's going to end with that's what they told me. He was not there, so he doesn't have the facts. And that's why you could see, if you look at the videos, it's tinkered. They cut here, cut there, and patch it up together to make it look like it's true. But the point is that if it is true that there were cars that were there, and then you just picked on one person, not that you don't know the person, it tells you that there's a reason for that. Anyway, but let's put that apart. I think again we have to reiterate that we have an opportunity again to go and exercise our franchise as given by the law. Please do your bit. Go pick up your PVC and vote. Don't listen to all those distractions. The people are not comfortable. They know they're not doing well. And in Galatians, Paul did say that if anybody comes to you to preach a gospel different from what he has preached, and if you read Paul, you see the gospel that he's preaching, let that person be accursed. So whether he be an angel from heaven, whether it be an apostle, whether whoever it is, if it is different from what he has preached, let him be accursed. If this country is not going well, people are suffering, and we know and we hear it, whether it's from a minister, whether it's from a pastor, whether it's from an afar or whatever. If you look at the country and you see that it's not doing, we have lived between, we have lived across, so we have a much better understanding of what Nigeria is today and what it was previously. Some people don't know. They were just born into this. They didn't know any better Nigeria. They hear stories. But Nigeria was much better than this. Much, much better. In everything, much better than this. Those of us who are in the United States today, before, now failures, they go United States. Failures. No, one or two people, they go in, and failures. They go United. People go to Europe. The failures, they go India. I can tell you that. I know that for sure. I was in the university when a professor came, teach me, came to my department looking for employment. He was a professor. They brought him down. Not even to a senior lecturer, to a lecturer. But he was a professor in America. Our universities were highly rated. Our hospitals were highly rated. People were coming from outside to University of Ibadan, to What is they call them again? Come on. University Teaching Hospital Ibadan. People were coming to UNTH Enugu. People were coming to receive treatment. Dignitaries. People were coming even from outside to come to university here in Nigeria. Today, go and check. There is no Nigerian university that is amongst the first 500 in the world, or first 400 in the world. No, not one. It wasn't so like that. It hasn't been like that. Go to the universities. There are universities where people they go, go do that thing. Now inside bush, now they go to university. Inside bush. That's a university. So things have gone very bad everywhere. There's no one sector where you go say, yes, we have done well. Maybe thank God for Dangote refineries. And you see how they are frustrating him. So there's no area where you can look. Even the God-given wealth we don't give us, we have turned it to a curse. Some people have used it to create wealth for their people and make things better and life better for their country. Our own, we have turned it has become a curse. Oil is the cost. Go and ask Precious and go and ask people in the South. They will tell you oil is the cost to them, not a blessing. The gas flaring, wasting, that's a lot of money, billions wasting. Environmental degradation. You can't drink, you can't farm, you can't fish. And this is going to go for years. The cleanup, what they say they go do, how is it going? They have to be forced. Ogoniland had to go to court and sue them outside Nigeria to get some reprieve. And is that a country? And like somebody said, Obisin said, how many South people or Southeast get oil well? How many? So there are so many things to address. Things are not going well. Is this insecurity you want to talk about? Things are not going well. And if you are an honest Nigerian, it is in your interest, whether you are abroad, whether you are here. Those of us that are abroad are suffering. How are we suffering? Because we are all the demand, the fear, the cry, where would they get? The fear. When they call you when you get a call from Nigeria, sometimes you are wondering, waiting again, somebody don't die, or money, or they don't kidnap somebody, or what? The fear. We're not, and we're struggling here. Many of us are struggling. So it is our own interest. The reason why we talk, we say, even if this thing, we're not going to call us again, if we not call us, we go pick up the phone and say, we go chat with you. Sometimes we know they even pick up because it's like somebody where you don't send money once, twice. If you call you another time, you go say, maybe you don't come again, the money and I won't call. And it may not be money. Maybe he just won't greet you. So we have a challenge here. And it's only when you vote the right person, people where you know, it doesn't have to come from your ethnic group, where you know that if they are there, it would help and make this country move forward. That is the only thing. That is the beginning of the journey. It's not the end, it's the beginning. Okay, good journey. And then we'll follow it up like that. And that's my plea to you this night and this morning. Nigeria needs your vote. Nigeria needs your help. You are important. Do the right thing and save this country. It's bleeding seriously. Only God now keep on up to now, because it's not a human being or an animal for don't die since. It's bleeding seriously. And we must rescue this country. That's my gospel tonight or this morning.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Tiwa Dajuma. Thank you, Mr. Obisin. Thank you, Mr. Ken. I appreciate you, Mr. Ken. Are you there? Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for being part of the show. It's always very...
Thank you so much, Madam Precious.
Thank you, sir.
Tiwa, everybody. Let us have a wonderful
Thank you. Make a letter among and go sleep. Pastor Tiwa, you have to be in church tomorrow. That's why I started early. So that I can release you. So you can go to church tomorrow. Thank you so
Nigeria
much.
Nigeria will be good again,
Amen. I don't feel it's making good though. It didn't important past everybody else. I can't wait.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
so much, Mr. Ken. I appreciate you
Have a
guys.
great day.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Nigerians. I'll see you guys again tomorrow evening, God willing. I do hope that Mr. Francis Chilaka will be here to join us tomorrow. Thank you so much to everyone who's made it happen. Please kindly like, share, and subscribe if you've not done so. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Follow us like your village people. Let's continue to speak for the growth and development of our nation. I love you guys. Do not forget to subscribe like people have pleaded that you do. Please ensure to subscribe, like, and share this post if you've not done so. Let's continue to speak. And I think that is also time for us not just to speak, but also to do the needful practically. So please inform people that are around, and people that are around you to do the needful, please. It is time for us to begin to educate people around us. So please educate people around you. Tell them the need to do the right thing. Make you forget about all of the sentiments. Most of you guys who also that brought don't talk and say, if you reach time where you be say most of these people will begin shut their doors against us on Nigerians. So please, let's tell ourselves why we need to do the needful. I love you guys and I appreciate you. Remember to protect your mental health. Very important. Good night and God bless you. Bye.